Good afternoon, everyone. As you know, my name is Becky Bean, and I am the Assistant Director at the Fairgrove District Library. I've invited you here today to propose some changes that I feel we should make to the library during the next round of renovations. We all know that people don't simply come to the library just to check out books anymore. That is a thing of the past. In order to stay relevant, we need to change the way that we do business and the services that we provide for our patrons. We need to become an all-in-one space for learning, consuming, sharing, creating, and experiencing. So how do we go about doing that? The first change that I propose is to the children's area. It is my belief that we need to utilize technology and make an interactive learning area for our youngest patrons. This could include, but not be limited to, an iPad, a secured iPad that has a computerized storyteller app on it. So the kids would go up to the iPad, click on one of, say, 10 selected stories for the month, and the iPad will read it to them. It will be secured to the wall, and it will be in the seating area. The stories will change monthly to start, and then possibly bi-weekly if the program is a success. For that month's featured ebooks, we will display the hard copy of the book as well in the area to show the children that it is available for checkout. Also in the kids area, we will have another secured iPad designated for learning. This iPad will only have games designed to teach kids to read, math, history, basic science. Kids these days want technology, and if we give it to them, they will come back. And while we're speaking of technology, I propose we purchase several laptops, iPads, and mobile hotspots to make them available for checkout. This will not only help to keep us relevant, but it will allow patrons that may not be able to afford to purchase these items the chance to not feel left out. And as part of this embracing technology, I propose that we add at least one express checkout terminal. This will allow patrons that are in a hurry or don't have time to wait in line the opportunity to still get the items that they want and need. They would just simply walk up to the scanner, scan their library card, scan their item, and it'll print the receipt out and they can be on their way. Much like self-checkout at the grocery store, only it'll be self-checkout at the library. Another proposed addition would be to revamp our ebook selection. While we already have ebooks through Overdrive, the selection is definitely not what it should be. We're currently, with our subscription, given a base of books. We have the opportunity to pay a little extra and add some titles to it. So what I propose is that by purchasing the hot titles that we have hard copy for, we are giving our patrons what they want, and in turn they will keep coming back to us. So any new book that is by a hot author that we are purchasing in hard copy, we need to purchase an ebook as well. That way, if they can't get the hard copy, it's out, or they want the ease of the ebook, that option is still available to them. Next, we need to design and install a makerspace area. The space would include, but not be limited to, a 3D printer, sewing machine, simple circuits, a button maker, a Cricut vinyl cutter, a laser cutter, construction paper, scrapbooking supplies, a computer with video editing software. Anything that can be used to make and create, we can and should put in there. This would also include an area for STEAM projects, which is where the simple circuits and the LED lights and things come in. The longer the makerspace STEAM project area is there, the more of a feel we'll get for what actually works and what doesn't, what the community is utilizing, what they aren't, what maybe they would like that we don't have. That feedback will help us to figure out what we should keep stocked in there permanently. The next proposed change is the addition of a meeting room. While we currently do have the meeting table in the nonfiction area, it's not really practical. I feel it's necessary for us to have a separate room completely with audiovisual technologies. This will give people not only the privacy they want and deserve, but it will allow us more of an opportunity to serve the public. This would allow us to offer classes or a series of classes to teach patrons in the community how to use some of the new technology. We can have guest speakers come in, things of that nature. The options are really endless once we have that separate meeting space. Next, and maybe one of the most technologically advanced suggestions I have is to look at getting an augmented reality app. This app will allow patrons they can have the app on their phone, they can come in, it will tell them what the new releases are, where they're at, it will recognize their preference for certain authors, and will tell them similar books. It will keep track of what they read by joining it with their library smart card. And it will eliminate the frustration of getting halfway through a book and realizing that you have already read it. And some patrons just don't like to ask for help. So at least our patrons that do utilize technology, this, I believe, they will find very helpful. The next proposed change or addition really is kind of going back to the old school way of doing things a little bit. I really think that in order to get kids interested in reading and in the library, we need to go mobile. Twice a month, we'll pack up kid-friendly books, hot new titles, chapter books that we know that the kids are reading, and take them into the school. This will allow kids whose parents won't bring them in the opportunity to check out books, just as if they'd be able to if they came to the physical library. Look, I love our library as much as the rest of you, but the reality is that technology is changing everything. Libraries only survive if the communities they serve want and need them. In a 2014 article, Brian Resnick said, "That's why libraries need to adapt. People want them, but want them to be better. Instead of a warehouse of information, libraries need tools for use by the commons. A Netflix of things." That, to me, hit the nail right on the head. I've stated before that if we build it, they will come, but what we're building still has to be relevant, and it has to be what they want. We're in the business of serving our community, and we need to keep doing so. If that means changing the way libraries have always been looked at, then that's what we need to do. We'll never get rid of having actual hard copies of books, but it's always important for us to keep evolving. I look forward to discussing this with you further, and I can't wait to see where our library goes from here. Thank you.